What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today's I'm going to install some coilovers on my Subaru WRX. The coilovers are actually Raceland coilovers. These are the Ultimo. I checked the ratings online and they seem pretty good. So this is what I went with. And I know that these are not the best coilovers out there, but it is affordable. You know, like they said, best bang for your bucks. These are not adjustable on the dampening, but it is camber adjustable for the front coilovers. I checked the preload and it seemed like it needed to be adjusted. I was hoping that, you know, they adjusted before they sent it out, but unfortunately that didn't happen. The rear seems pretty tight, but the front was just loose like that. So I will have to adjust the preload. And I will not show the part where I adjust the preload on this video because there are plenty of videos on YouTube about adjusting the preload already. So I'm gonna do that and install it. It's pretty cool how they send you a Raceland stickers and a little gift in here. I haven't had a chance to open it yet. Let's find out what it is. It's harder to do it with just one hand. I'm thinking maybe a keychain. Yeah, it is a keychain. Oh, look at that. It's a little neat keychain with a coilover. It's compressible too. Pretty neat. Alright, let's get this going. Guys, so here we go. I have my Subaru jacked up. All the wheels are off. And taking out the front struts is basically pretty easy. You lose out these 3 nuts right here. They should be 12. And down here, I believe that's a 12 as well. Lose that nut to release the brake line. And then these are 19 millimeter. These 2 large bolts right here. You lose those 2 bolts as well, and then the whole strut should come right off. And same goes with the other side as well. This is your driver's side. The other side should be the passenger side. Basically, the procedure is the same. Now going to the rear. The rear, you'll have to take off the rear seats, which I already did. So the bottom seat, it's held down by 1 bolt on this side and 1 bolt on that side. So it should be a bolt right there and 1 bolt down there as well. Take off those 2 bolts, and then the bottom seat should just slide right out. As for the back seat, there's actually 1 bolt right here, and then 1 bolt right there, and 1 right there, and then 1 down there as well. There's a hole right there. So lose up these 2 bolts, these 4 bolts, and then you should be able to pull the back seat upward and then out. And once you remove both seats, the bottom and the back seat, you can access the strut tower right here. So there are actually 3 nuts holding on to it. I believe there are 12 millimeter as well. The space is a little bit tight down here, so you probably want to use a wrench. So once you got those 3 bolts up there, or 3 nuts up there loose, then from the bottom, you will have to remove, there's like a slide plates, one of those sliding plates right here, where you have to knock it off with a flat screw or some sort of tool, something flat to slide this plate off to release the brake line. Use your 19 millimeter socket to lose these 2 large bolts down here, and then the whole strut should fall right off too. So pretty simple. And once you got all the struts loose or taken out from the car, and once you get these preloaded, then they should be ready to install. I officially finished installing the Raceland coilovers. So that is the front. The measure from down here, this angle right here, to that angle up there, this is 5 inches apart. So that's for the front. That's gonna be my right height. And as for the rear, it's gonna be, it's gonna be 6. So from this angle right there, between this orange color and this black surface right here to this big orange surface up here right there, this is 6 inch in the back and 5 inch in the front. So we'll see how that go. I don't want the Subaru to be too low because my driveway is kind of like, you know, not so flat. So I don't want it to be scraping going up the driveway. So I'm gonna run this for now. If I need to adjust it later on, I will do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and install my wheels and sit down the car and then see how it goes. All right, so the wheels are all on. Be ready to lower it down. Finger crossed. Hopefully it sits all right, so I don't have to adjust it. But if that doesn't work out, I guess I will have to readjust it again. All right, guys. So actually, my first attempt, the car was still too high, so I raised the car back up and tried to lower 1.5 inches on the front and 1 inches on the rear. And I was just sitting just how I want it. Sitting about 2 finger here. And sitting about 2 finger here as well, but this one here is pretty tight. This one here is kind of loose, but about 2 finger. And that's sitting about 2 finger too. So it's exactly how I want it. I mean, I know the coilovers, it's not gonna be like evenly equal, but this is good enough for me. So this car here will never see the track or off-road, so I think this is good enough for me. I'm going with the Raceland coilovers. So I'm gonna go ahead and drive it for like maybe a week or 2 to see how it is and go on from there. All right, guys, so this job here actually took me a little bit over 3 hours. Today was kind of hot. It's probably like in the high 90. Thank God I have a garage. Man, think about doing this job outside in the sun. Whew, it's gonna be hot and sweaty. But luckily, thank God for the garage. Anyways, hopefully in a week from now, the coilover will finally break in. Hopefully the ride height doesn't change because I like it it is right now. Because usually my old lower spring, they didn't do so well. When I have like 2 people sitting in the rear, it's actually scraping on my tires. You guys can see those tire marks right there. So that is the scrape. The tires not scraping on the fender. So hope that don't happen. And as for the wheel fitment on the front, it is a little bit off, maybe about 1/2 inch. I could play with the camber and try to tuck that in, but I'm good for now. Maybe in the near future, I'll probably get that done. I just want to test this coilover, see how good it is, because before I make the purchase, the rating was pretty good. I'm here trying to get the alignments. After a week of driving, realized the alignment's off. Trying to get that line. Going up the ramps. 4-way great. Alright guys, so it's gonna be a little bit while before my alignment's finished. So I'm just gonna walk around the block, get some exercise. Been sitting in my office all day long. I need that walk, you know, stretch my legs. So after like a week of driving, I noticed that my alignment is off. Pretty much most people, when they install coilovers, the alignment has been off. Mine's not that bad, but in the right rear wheels, you can actually tell because it's tilting inward. It's getting that negative camber, that's for sure. And the other three, they're okay. They look normal. But my steering wheel is actually tilted to the right. And when you try to align it straight on the highway, the car is actually pulling to the right. So it's way off. And hopefully this alignment will fix it. And so far for the ride quality of the Raceland coilovers, I think they're okay. I think they fit the price. You are running on the budget, and I would recommend these coilovers. They're not the best out there, but they are doable. And after the alignments, I will need to change my sway bar, bushing, and maybe the end links. I've been noticing some clinking noise when I go over bumps or on some rough roads, so it's been annoying. And I'm gonna try to get that fixed as soon as possible. I already ordered the parts. I'm just waiting for the parts to get in. Once the parts arrive, I can finally get that installed, and hopefully that will fix the problem. And hopefully that clinky noise goes away because it is annoying. What is up, guys? So it has been a few days after I installed my Raceland coilover, and I decided I want to change my sway bar bushing as well because it has been making some clunky noise when I go over bumps. So I bought these bushing Moog from Rock Auto. So I'm gonna go ahead and install these in real quick. Okay, so I am underneath my car, and to uninstall a sway bar, you have to loose up this nut right here that's holding on to the A-link. And then once you remove the top of bolt, you can go ahead and remove this bolt here that's holding on to this bracket that it's strapping down to the sway bar. So once you got these two loose, do the same on the other side, and the sway bar itself should fall right off. Alright, so after I remove those two bolts on each side, my sway bar just fell right off. And I'm here comparing the new bushing to the old bushing. This is the old bushing. It's all worn out. And this is the new bushing. Still nice and thick. So it's pretty easy. All you do is you have this center cut right here. So you could open that up and try to fit it onto the sway bar. And once you got that in, you can put the bracket on top of that, and then just slide back into where it's supposed to be and bolt it back up. And that's how you remove and install your bushing for your sway bar. Alright guys, so it turned out that the bushing that I first purchased was actually the incorrect one. It was too thick and too big, so I was unable to install it. And I had to go to Napa Auto Part and order the correct one. I thought I just spray paint my sway bar red as well because it was having some rust. So I sat down and painted red just for the heck of it. And now everything is back together after a few days of sitting on jack stand because I was waiting for the bushing to come in. And to be honest, installing actually required at least 2 people because I know I did. I mean, I don't have like all the tools necessary to get the job done too. So I'm just using like basic tool. And it took both people to install it. I want to shout out to my wife for helping me out. She was actually giving me a second hand. So it was just myself, and they're probably going to take longer, but you know, good thing that she come out and help me out. So it required 2 people because it required another person to push this bracket in. So you could try to put this bolt in and try to turn it so hopefully that will catch the thread on this black bracket right here. And without the second person pushing it, you know, it'd be really hard if you do it yourself. Yeah, you could try using like maybe jack stand or I don't know, something to compress this toward this black bracket right here, and you try to bolt in, see if that catches the thread. But you know, in my experience, it required 2 people. Hi guys, so it's actually the next day ready. So after changing the coilovers and the sway bar bushing on my Subaru, the result is better. The clunky noise is gone. It's a good idea to get your sway bar bushing changed if you haven't. Who knows how long has those bushing been on your car ever since the day you bought it. I mean, ever since I bought the Subaru, I haven't changed it, so it's pretty worn out. So it's good to get that changed. It's a very affordable repair. The coilovers and the swivel bushing, it's a pretty easy DIY. You can do it yourself, or you can do it with your friends, your buddies, like I did. My wife helped me out. What is going on, guys? Welcome back. It has been like almost 2 weeks, and the last time my car was inside a garage was because it was getting a alignment done. But then it turned out that they couldn't do the alignment because the lateral links was not adjustable. So I ended up buying some new lateral links for my Subaru WRX. The brand is Truhart, and I had that installed like a few days ago and to my car to get the alignments. I knew that by lowering my car, I won't need the alignments, and I was hoping I don't have to buy any new lateral links because I knew that it's not adjustable, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted. So because I didn't plan to go too low. But anyhow, I had to buy it because after I lowered my car, my right rear wheel was kind of like tilting inward, so the camber was off. So long story short is when you lower your car, be sure to buy new lateral links for your WRX if it's not adjustable. Just make sure that your lateral links are adjustable. Normally from stock it's not adjustable. And when you do buy parts, make sure you get some quality parts. You don't want to cheap out on any parts. Because Subaru WRX, well, especially just Subaru itself, is just that picky. So you'll be happier if you buy quality parts versus cheap parts. Alright, so here it is. These are the Truhart rear lateral links with the Truhart trailer arm. It actually works pretty good. You can actually feel the car more attached to the pavement when you drive it. Alright guys, so that's it for my video. This video actually took me about like almost a month to put everything all together, because normally I was just waiting for my lateral links and it takes forever to get here because of this COVID-19. Pretty much shipment is being delayed, but thankfully I received them on time and slapped them on, get in alignment, and now I can start driving my car again. My car has been sitting for like 2 weeks. I'm just glad that I can finally drive it again. So guys, thank you for watching. Have a good day.